Okay, guys, this is it. This is the last section of night, section 9. This wraps it all up. So I went through and I highlighted some of the more important things. I'm not going to do a really big lecture on this because it is fairly short. You just need to understand that we ended section 8 with the death of Ellie's father. And here he has pretty much given up. He's moved to the children's block. There's 600 children left, and the only desire that he says he has to eat is to eat. He thinks about soup, the extra ration, and of course we know for the first time I would dream, but only of soup and extra ration. And that extra ration would be from his father. All right, we're going into April 5th. The wheel of history turned. You need to know that date. This was the end. Hitler was about to keep his promise. Here, Ellie thinks that for sure they are about to be killed. Says, go back to your block. The Germans plan to shoot you. Go back and don't move. So, of course, they did as they were ordered. As you continue to read on, it says that Buchenwald camp would be liquidated. Liquidated, we know, is a euphemism. We've talked about liquidation before. When the ghettos were liquidated, that means that everybody would be gone, eradicated, dead. All right, so 10 blocks of inmates would be evacuated every day. From that moment on, there was no further distribution of bread and soup, and the evacuation began. Every day, a few thousand inmates passed the camp's gate and did not return. All right, so again, every day a few thousand inmates passed the camp's gates and did not return. These inmates, of course, were going to be shot. These inmates were going to die. So on April 10th, there were still some 20,000 prisoners in the camp, among them a few hundred children. As we continue on, Ellie says that they had not eaten for nearly 6 days. At the end, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, the first American tank stood at the gates of Buchenwald. This is liberation. Ellie has made it. He has watched his mother and his sister go into selection. He has watched his father die. Now he has made it through the end of the Holocaust. The Americans are there to liberate them. Very important that when the Americans come for liberation, the people, the prisoners who were set free were not concerned about revenge. They were not thinking about their mothers, their fathers. They were not thinking of their loved ones. They were thinking only of provisions, only of food. They had gone 6 days without eating. They had gone almost a year with being starved and beaten and tortured. All they could think about was food. Ellie goes on to tell us that at the very end, one day when I was able to get up, I decided to look at myself in the mirror on the opposite wall. I had not seen myself since the ghetto. From the depths of the mirror, a corpse was contemplating me. The look in his eyes as he gazed at me has never left me. All right, so remember, Ellie has not seen himself in a year. Since he was evacuated from the ghetto, he has not seen himself. He does not fully understand the physical torture and malformation that his body has taken on. So when he looks in the mirror, it is not he that he sees looking back at him. It is a corpse. And important, the look in his eyes as he gazed at me has never left me.